Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Cold Fire. Wish you a very, very happy Valentine's Day. I'm doing a Gemini love reading. Let's see what we have here. Please like, share, and subscribe if you would like me to channel your specific situation. I've got to get some candles going. Interesting shift of energies here, Gemini, for everyone involved right now. I can actually feel life situations changing as we speak. Be open. There's a lot of information on what you have manifested in the invisible plane for yourself coming through, like a lot of abundance coming through. Destined destined wealth, destined home. When the law of attraction came about as a um, popular endeavor for us, for our generation, somewhere around the early 2000s, I guess, or mid 2000s, right? So during that time, like the first thing that they asked you to do was make a visualization board, and uh, um, one of the first tasks was make a visualization board and pin it up or write things. The first thing you see in the morning as soon as you wake up should be the house that you want to live in, the amount of money that you want to earn, the job or that you want to do, or the place that you want to run your business from, or the kind of business that you want to do. Now, I have a sliding door to the ensuite bathroom in my bedroom, and as soon as I wake up, I see that, open my eyes, and I have notes about um, my novel, my book, my magnum opus, as it's going to be, written there. So, like, I've been watching that, and that is what navigates my life. I don't want to, for me personally, I don't want to um, put up any dream home pictures. I don't want to put up any monetary figures. I wanted that to manifest in the invisible plane for me, because I think the universe has a better imagination than I do. Or I, and also I wanted it to be a surprise, like, oh my god, I stumbled upon this, like, or and not to be like, oh my god, this has been on my manifestation board forever and finally it's gotten here. Uh, I I'm not very good with patience. I'm great with surprises because it's like, wow, it's here before I even thought about it. That's a miracle. That's a miracle. It really is a miracle. It's a miracle to outrun us, Gemini, isn't it? But I think sometimes, like, we the perfect love story stuff, tower moment. Dun 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 dun. Tower moment. Some I see this as some set of people having a tower moment because of us, Gemini. uh it's like this. Honestly, like, there's misunderstanding that they have about Gemini, right? Like, misconception that whatever they talk about, we're two-faced, and then we are fickle. And we have anger issues. We we're bitchy, we're nasty. I think they just can't cope up with it. Like that's why I said, like, if it's a surprise, if a Gemini is actually really surprised, right, then it's literally a miracle. It's literally a miracle to be able to outrun that. I think the only thing that can do it is the universe, source, God, that can do that, surprise us. The way they can do it is just by not letting us have access to that invisible plane till it's ready to manifest in our material world reality. And is that, I think this is what everybody associated with us is realizing right now. And I think I sense like a bit of like gobsmack, like, people like running away like in terror and shock and back, like just they're like, oh no, I don't want to be messing around with this. I don't want to be like people who have no business in our lives, like they're just like backing off right now. That is how I see this tower moment. I'm gonna I cut the deck and flushed it again because I want to channel what's happening in our love situation. Yeah, some breakup of a conflict. Like somebody's taking action towards breaking up this conflict because now that they have enough information through other people's reaction and like exit from the scene, and us standing confident in our energy, in our true power here on earth. Look at that magician. It's a Mercury card. Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. Hangman. Whoa. Okay. When the situation is flipped to our perspective, that's when suddenly, the sudden communication is coming through. It's obviously it's Valentine's Day, and people who have like if there was some kind of conflict in between you and your person in the past, like or your romantic situation is or situationship, like somebody's taking action towards it because now they have like a lot of information, and stuff has exited and they kind of feel confident, and they see you also like hanging in there doing your own thing. And when this entire situation flips to the perspective of Gemini, that's when like the communication coming in, and we have magician, like, forget about like, the tarot aspects of things. Let's just say like, there's been a tower moment about this conflict, like, and like somebody realizes that this conflict was a good thing. What you said, okay, all right, so I know what this is. Like y'all might have like done that. We like have done that thing. Like y'all might have done that thing where you just said the truth, and it's like they were not ready to hear it, but they knew that this you were speaking the truth about how reckless they have been, uh, and that was like on the surface, like, it looked like a conflict, and they been treating it like a conflict, but then it was actually you gave them some like secret. It was on both your parts. It was like a secret code exchange, like, voice code exchange. Code. It wasn't even code language. It's like the frequency of your voices exchanged with each other, like that was just like some kind of beyond brilliant, like cosmic code language exchange. But like somebody thought that they had to resolve a conflict and then gain confidence uh, enough to resolve the conflict and let it calm down, and let the situation calm down, let the people, uh, the other people involved in it exit, like, and go far, wash away into the unknown, never to see again, gone away forever. Like, we'll let it all calm down, 11:11, as I said that. And then it's like when they flipped and they looked at things from your perspective, they're like, oh, this is what, like, both of us spoke about. So it wasn't a conflict in the first place. So if you're thinking that, okay, they realized it, if you're thinking that they still think that you're fighting with them and they didn't get the point that you were not fighting with them, Gemini, they now get it. It's just that, when we speak, when we sometimes like speak the truth, like, unleash the truth, it's we have like that magnetizing effect on the other person's mind, where we're like, you have to come to the place of speaking the truth too. And but then, like, it's like a very heated, like, heart space, like, it's there is it's like, she's making me speak the truth, she's making me speak the truth, and I can't, Gemini is making us speak the truth, and they're talking the truth, and we're not that confident to actually do justice to the truth right now. We so we must say and do things. Like, Gemini are very good at telepathic communication, and they can actually force that connection between another mind, like in that special connection, which can sound like conflict, because it's obviously in conflict to the heart, because the heart is not ready sometimes to follow its own truth. It looks for it looks for a reason. It looks for a more steady, like in material world, a real material world, physical world aspects, like steady. The heart looks for, so, and especially when Gemini is in like go mode, like, God is telling us, the universe is telling us, you make sure you um, communicate with this person, and this person is like trying to avoid conflict, and but then they're feeling like this in the air, like, the communications, incoming communication, and then it's like, okay, conflict of interest. So this incoming information is going to be a conflict, it's conflict. And then, because their heart is pounding, because they haven't reached that place of steady yet, material world confident steady yet, to talk to you. So they just thought that you were fighting with them about it, but then you had to like communicate this secret communication telepathically. It doesn't matter what words were spoken, which is two of swords is like nothing when it comes to tower moment. The tower moment was like massive, and it has taken a very long time for them. uh, it has taken, no, I'm not sure. I don't know why I said a long time. It has, I think, because of the hangman here, it has taken them a very long time to chart the course of all of that uh, tower moment mistaken as the this is like telecommunications tower, right? So telepathic communications tower, like, you've been like this with this person, like, you've been, whatever you've been saying, it's from the intention of communicating this cosmic secret that both of you share. And for them it's like, what? But the words, they're like, but the words, this is what they said, and this is how, like, they are, like, always so excited. And why is it so dark? Okay. Oh, okay, that also might be a concern. Like, Six of Swords speaks about the unknown, and like, so they're like, why does it always feel so dark? Why does it always feel so dark? And then when they flip the perspective, and they thought about it, and they had to wait for their own perspective about it, like, not their own, to get the wisdom to dawn on them. And once they've had the aha moment, now they know what that communication was. And now they know, and they know really fast. So instead of feeling like, feeling conflicted, now they have this revelation. And they realize that it was this magical alchemical process that was happening between the two of you, two of uh, between two hearts, souls, like, two souls. It's magical alchemy happening between two souls. Why? And they now understand that it was just the conversation. It didn't have to be like, oh yeah, they and it's like they've been manifesting reunion. They've been manifesting reunion in like much more higher quality and steady ways, like, with some spiritual peace and calm, like, away from the chaos of the world. Oh, sorry. I think it's some kind of financial stability and strength was also a cause for concern here. And they've been manifesting them. They've been manifesting this reunion, and they're thinking about it really hard. Like, I was talking about visualization boards for to bring about your manifestation into fruition. Like, for Gemini, it might be some like cerebral project that they're working on. But Gemini, um, our person, divine counterpart, soulmate, twin flame, whatever you resonate with, our person has been uh the thing. I don't know why am I laughing. Okay, it's like the first thing that they wake up to and want to manifest is, it's probably like they have a picture of them and us together, and they hold their phone on their phone, and they hold it to their face before they open their eyes, and that's what their manifestation is. That is so sweet. They really thought that there was a conflict. uh, but you know what, we it's very difficult to explain the process of Gemini. And oh, by the way, so this is Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Vedic. Okay, so if your person has Gemini and any of these, it might have been a little sooner, right? It sooner than rather than so they also kind of have these abilities, and they also, like, okay, why didn't I like, if it's not Gemini Sun, then the rest of the placements, if like, are thinking that, oh, why didn't I register this as communication, and also something on the journey of manifestation. And the energy was important. The energy was this, like you all had to communicate, even if it sounded like a conflict, you all had to communicate under that energy of the tower moment. But because the tower moment was massive download of information and knowledge and exchange between the two of you, it was like an alchemical process bringing you two together, right? And something that they've been manifesting since a very long time, thinking about it really, really hard. And now the only thing activity that they do is basically manifestation activity that they do is this, because they have manifested this a king of pentacles and 10 of pentacles, kind of a steady material world abundance. So now this, like, and they've done, I'm getting like, they did all of this for you so that they could show up very confident and able to um look at things in our perspective, Gemini. And Gemini is is, is the sign of communication. And for them to see a conversation coming from us as calm and soothing and wise, like, and pure communication under the energy of communication, right? The intention of communication, they had to gain this kind of stability, material stability. Otherwise, they were taking, receiving it very recklessly, and yeah, receiving things that are supposed to be communication as conflict. Of that is definitely receiving it very, very recklessly. Like if our person is it is a little unsteady, right? Because this is where they want to get, and before they get there, like they are always in action mode and possibly tired, overusing their energy, right? Um, Having to take a lot of action to so that they reach this point. The King of Pentacles is like really steady, and they have reached like they have reached the place where they wanted to. Their goals, the material world stability goals, they have reached it. All right. So till a person was reaching there, it was possibly like a conflict of interest, communication, like listening to anything other people say, and because they wanted to focus on themselves. But like our intention of speaking to them, the tower moment conversation, is like it was to push them along, to give them some crucial cosmic information, like energetic information, like use verbal energy to give that, like, okay, it's time to do this, it's this, you, yeah, yes, like, come on, can't you see, like, this is it. And that's just communicating something that you have possibly missed out, because uh, our person Gemini was in the heart, in the center of like trying to work this stability out, so that they could actually manifest us into their life, like, because they were like, the people generally end up thinking that when Gemini is talking to them, they are uh, fighting with them. And also this is like a wounding on humanity in general, and especially a lot of people, when it comes to romantic situations, they have always, like, been told that they're not good at communicating, and communication. When you talk, like something goes wrong, like you got to show, show what you can do. You have to show what you how you can reach there, you can make it. And that's like a very negative outlook towards communication. So any kind of communication will seem like a conflict of interest because they want to showcase it and not speak about it. um, but they're getting wisdom on this issue, and I feel that energy has really shifted upward very fast, and now they're keen on uh, communication, and now I think they really really want to communicate. I hear a lot of words and a lot of excitement, like and wanting to talk and wanting to say, like keep talking and keep talking and keep talking, like this this pent up communication, like they understand because of the hangman there. That's and mental energy that they've been holding on to instead of speaking up, like 6 of Cups. There is an entire past lifetime, Gemini, that we have uh like they were probably in like living their life just by themselves, like in a big land, like a big empty land, and uh it feels like an alternate dimension, really, like kind of an alternate reality, like where physics is weird and things like that. So it's like, let's say, like they were they were given responsible, they inherited this kind of estate in a previous lifetime, and they might have lived there till they were very very old, and probably um like things were gotten to them, like that dinner would be on the table, their clothes would be set, but they would have they they wouldn't communicate with anyone, right? In a past lifetime, they hadn't spoken to a soul ever. Unless that could be technically possible, that could literally be possible, right? So this person had no communication with any other human being or creature, and everything on it, not creature, like maybe they had like a horse, or or maybe they didn't, they just walked around, right, around the estate, and like they they knew the places and times when there would be no one there. So they lived an entire lifetime in solitude, in isolation, on a big estate, like a grand estate, right? And throughout that entire lifetime, the reason why they never felt like communicating with another soul is because they were in constant intuitive telepathic, not telepathic, like intuitive communication mode with you. There is a reason why I am putting it like this, but think about it this way, right? So it's like you, us Gemini, we were with them in the mind, and the mind would project a vision of us all the time. So we were like a holographic projection out of their mind. uh, all the energy centers, all the energy centers, the root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown chakra, all of these energy centers were projecting a holographic image of us all throughout our person's past life. So they've lived with an energetic projection of us. And it was an energetic projection of us in a parallel reality to our person. So we have lived one past life like that. So how they feel their interactions have been all throughout this lifetime with you, definitely many many of us have met this person, this masculine, the divine masculine person, when we were kids. We have we have
It's 11 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock. We have, but it's just that so much has transpired since we were children. It was probably like brief meetings many times. Like, probably on a train station, probably in a market somewhere, just like that. And just public places. And we felt them energetically. We possibly physically also very close to each other. But now we like kind of don't remember that, but we felt it energetically, like someone very close to us knowing. And I remember having those moments, those feeling moments, just suddenly out of nowhere, like it would be absolute romance in the air, love in the air. And I'd be like, what is this? Like, is it the music that I'm listening to, or is it the sunset or the sunrise or the night sky or the hustle and bustle? Like something would suddenly be very like a market, like a fish market, a noisy fish market, a stinky a railway station, or like just a horrible sunny day would just turn into the most lilting kind of sounds, like the sounds of a marketplace, the the sounds of a train of trains on the track, like people drinking tea and having like running around uh, to catch the train. It would just all turn very romantic and very magical, and then it would shift back into chaos after a while. So I'm sensing that all throughout our life we have gravitated into the same physical space, at least six, just not more than 6 feet off each other. It is possible, yeah, it is possible. So this is how our past situation with this person is looking like, and our in our subconscious mind, right? All of this information is packed in. All of this information is packed in. The files that had gone missing, they're all here in the subconscious. They're all here in the subconscious. We have the death card, and there's a tower there. That's Scorpio energy, and the death card is Scorpio energy, and this is Gemini energy, Gemini and Virgo energy, and here we have some Virgo energy. Wow. It's like all this past life information, this particular past life, and this has happened. Guaranteeing you I'm guaranteeing you this past life has happened. Definitely for me it has. So if you open to it, if you open your mind, if you open your mind, if you free your mind, rather, if you free your mind, you will also feel this. You could go back and watch the part when I was talking about this past lifetime. you will also see it. And it's like there was a life in between um, that is coming up out on like in this material uh, world reality right now. And it's like that holy grail of information, memories of lifetimes after lifetimes are great to recollect, but recollecting everything that you happened in death. So when your souls were in the underworld, like the realm of death, right? That has come out into the surface suddenly out of the ocean of the underworld, right? It's like a rebirth. It's a transformation of this offer. It's a transformation of this offer, and it's coming from very, 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 very deep inside. Scorpio has a very mystical quality and a depth to it. The energy of Scorpio has a mystical quality to it. So, like this, our person was feeling the feels, feeling the emotions. They finally felt the love that came from all the words which they were avoiding to recollect, but they kind of had to do it. They've kind of have had to do it right now, and that's the train horn. Like that's confirmation. They've had to recollect that conversation. 717, as I said, that 3717. That is the Three of Cups. They had to reconcile all of that information. Had to do it. And once they've done it, like, all of this love has come out to the surface, all of this communication. And what did we say love is? Love is the frequency for perfect communication. So now that they understood that it is not conflict, it is communication, that's confirmation again. They've understood that how much love and that you all share. And it's like the same sort of love. Your love language is the same, and they were thinking about it all messed up because they were dealing with like a 3D material world stability type situation, which I'm not saying that was wrong. It was just a different context, and their, like, communication is not done out of love. Their communication is done to face challenges, to face differences and mitigate the losses that come our differences. And it's for practical purposes. It's not done for love. It's not loving. It's for reasoning, it's for logic, it's for uh, tackling challenges. So they were in that mode, and then they put communication from us in the same context as well. Wow, the flame's burning. It's going on burning. I thought it would run out by now, but like, look at that. Beautiful. It's forever. Even all throughout the past lifetime, all throughout this lifetime, uh they felt this energy. They've had some kind of revelation about this that I said. It's true. Again, the train doesn't blare that much. And now there's like it's resurfaced this love right now once they have gained this stability in this lifetime, in this reality, right? It's resurfaced, and they want to make an offer because they know that like the forever kind of love, happily ever after, forever and ever and always. Why? Because we have the Ace of Wands. They really want to tell you how much they love you and want to be with us, Gemini. They really want to express how much they love us. And it's like after they must have finished, like thoroughly finished with their dark night of the soul, their ego death. now that they have reached the place that they needed the ego for, and so now that the ego has died, they can show up in this full frequency of love and peace and harmony, and contribute in the same frequency of a love, right? And take it forward, like keep the ship sailing for forever. They're going to come up with something. They're feeling it now. Oh my god. Look at that. We had the King of Cups. It's like deep, deep, deep emotions. But now that speaking about, there's something about the past. Our person knows something about a past meeting. It's like I have a very strong feeling, Gemini. Like our person has known us since we were kids, and they were very well aware of us since we were kids. And they've kept that hidden. They've kept that hidden. They definitely kept that hidden. They've definitely kept that hidden. Well, look at that. Look at that. We have the Emperor and Empress. It's like it's like the track from Pirates of the Caribbean. What shall we die for? It's like what like a person is saying, what shall I toil for? What shall I work for? What should I stand up for? What should I fight for? And the answer is this love that they feel for us, Gemini. Let's get some clarifications going. Let's clarify the Seven of Wands first. Ace of Cups. Gemini, I love our person too. Oh my God, they're standing up for Four of Wands, 11, Four of Swords. They've thought long and hard, and they've seen it inside their mind. They've seen it. They've definitely seen it. This is Four of Swords. We have the Hangman here at the bottom of the deck here, and then they've seen some really grand vision of the future. Some really grand vision of the future that is that is theirs, theirs. They know that it's not a coincidence. It's a synchronicity that they have reached this place. They're possibly very young, or they've always been in this place um, since they were young, or they were always promised this since they were young, right? Great vision of the future. Let's clarify the six of no, Six of Cups and the y'all are gonna love this. Six of Cups and the High Priestess. What did I tell you? In a past lifetime, we have the Ace of Wands. 44, 44. As I said, showed you the Ace of Wands. They were communicating with us intuitively, and intuitively is real time. It's energetic, soul energy, energy chakra energy, like all put together like that. in one. And it's like they had a magic mirror. Like, it's like they had a magic mirror in like it's like mirror on the wall, and then suddenly we were projected out in a holographic form, and like um and this is something that they've been doing since they were a child. They've been calling out to our energy. Like, they were so used to they every other lifetime they okay, so every other lifetime that this person has had before, right? This parallel reality of this holographic projection, that is like the eternal timeline, like the uh, supportive alternate reality, because we were not incarnated on the physical plane, possibly at the same time as our person was in previous lifetime. So there was this parallel reality that was going on, like parallel reality, alternate reality, six so swords, like the unknown, like parallel alternate reality that was going on throughout all of our person's previous lifetimes, right? And they used to um, be able to access those abilities in their physical like the actual main timeline that they had incarnated on, and do that, like call onto our energy, and then our energy would surround or take up a physical vessel for the time being, or a physical form would appear in flesh and blood. So they lifetime after lifetime they're used to doing this, like calling our energy and it taking a physical form, maybe just like another body or a vessel or something of that sort, um, uh, entering somebody else's body for the time being till the interaction happen. Um, Many times over over past lifetimes, and in this lifetime we didn't appear, but they felt our energy, they felt our heart energy. That's why when we actually first met them, it it was like we knew, they just knew us, they just knew us, and they were just awestruck that, okay, I've been calling her and she's not. This is the first time in this lifetime that so many times I've called her, and so many times I called her, and she I'm saying she because high priestess, right? The emperor calling the high priestess was the empress. Like, I called her so many times and she didn't show up in physical form, and now she's here. What did I do differently this time, like in this lifetime? This was like the only lifetime when they called out to us. We did feel it. We were possibly in the same space, but we did not interact. We did not interact. They had our name. They had our location. Uh, Probably when they were young, they were allowed to go around without parents. They might have run away from home as well a few times, and try to follow our the heart energy and the calling and where it is echoing back from, right? And but still not found us in physical form, our physical form. And and now and whenever they met, or whenever we met in this lifetime, like permanently, like now you will know where the other one is always. right? Or how to get to them always, right? They were calling out like really loud at that point, like really, really, really loud at that point. So it was very loud and clear, like the tower, loud and clear, right? But then whole lot of things happened. We triggered the dark night of the soul, and now that is done. They're rejuvenated and all of that, and now they're waiting, like just they're sensing this, they're like taking in the loving, the frequency of love, the unique frequency of uh love that uh divine counterparts create, right? Feeling confident speaking about their emotions, about their past, like experience. Have you had the Ace of Wands twice? It's like there it's like, okay, she won't think I'm crazy. She won't think I'm crazy because, like, like she won't laugh at me, like, or something like that. She'll totally get it. I'm saying High Priestess. That's why she could be a male as well in the High Priestess and the divine feminine energies, right? The Empress energies. They switch genders accordingly. Like, whoever your person is, Gemini, male or female, and whatever gender you are, male or female. So it's like, okay, they're feeling very confident that they can tell the past to you. But it's going to be specifically about your interactions, and it's like I only see Gemini and Gemini person, main male and main female, Emperor Empress. Look at that. This type of thing happened in the, look at that, High Priestess. This type of thing, like them thinking communication coming in incoming from you, verbal communication coming in from you, and then thinking that it was conflict and not communication, because for the time being, like, in the alternate dimension, that was happening, there as well. Like they probably suddenly had to start speaking to people, and too many people were coming and talking to them, and they just started getting like defensive and reckless, and they're like, no, 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 in this lifetime also I have found her in physical form, this alternate reality. uh, why am I, and in this alternate reality also she's appeared after a time of separation, possibly energetic separation, when each of us went uh, silent mode here with the Six of Swords and Hangman, right? So that was also happening in the alternate reality. Like they sensed your energy move out into the unknown during the High Priestess job of part of the High Priestess will call upon the souls that are given that place of being a High Priestess, right? It's the cosmic feminine, here, the High Priestess of the cosmos, of the dark universe, as well as the light universe. So whenever there is work to be done on the light side, and when there's work to be done on the dark side, so when there's work to be done on the light side, the soul's energies shine, right? But when there's work to be done on the dark side, uh, the souls that are the high, that get called upon by the High Priestess, they kind of go into the dark. They knew that the last dark night of the soul for our person was coming up, and so their energy had to be hidden. Our energy had to be hidden in this lifetime. Um, and then, as a consequence, in the alternate reality as well, the holographic image is shut down, and then there was like a lot of people like coming out, like, and because they possibly went out like looking for you in that uh, alternate reality place, and they couldn't find you, and then they just like started talking to a lot of people, and they realized that everybody else is in conflict. There's practical reasons why people talk to each other. It's not communication. It's not. It's not love. It's not the frequency of love, which is the frequency of perfect communication. No, it's not. So it's conflict, conflict. So since they were a child, speaking meant conflict or practical purposes. And then suddenly, love emerges, the energy of love, like here with the Ace of Wands. They knew, they had that feeling, they had that sensation, and they knew that they were calling out, they were connecting with an energy, with a very, very loving energy, the Empress. But it was still like, this it's it's like a photo negative, right? When you take when you took photographs on film, it's like a photo negative. It's coming out from the dark, like in 717, as I said, that it, like, the divine, the feminine energy was emerging from the dark, and it's like this person has lived their almost their entire life in the dark night of the soul, and has seen your energy, or they have had the ability to kill their ego or keep their ego in death form, in darkness, not darkness, like, that keep their ego dead. And but then they did actually go through a dark night of the soul phase, where they then went deep into the underworld realms, like of Tartar, Hades' realm. Um, Very, very powerful, where they might have seen your energy in the darker realms, the underworld realms as well. But they were so used to seeing you in the celestial realms, they kind of got confused, and then it was like it wasn't the high priestess energy, it was getting closer to the feminine energy, to the divine feminine energy. So first they were introduced to the dark feminine energy, and they still fell in love because they knew that they knew that it was us. They knew that it was us. um yeah, they knew that it was us, because it's of this soothing feeling, elevating feeling, this hopeful feeling, like wishing upon a star. Whenever they saw your energy in the dark night, the soul in the darkness of the underworld. Oof. Wow. Phenomenal energy. Phenomenal energy. Whoa. The wait is over. I think, like, the wait is over. The wait is over. The waiting is over. That we don't need to wait anymore, and we're using right away, so we're not waiting anymore, because we have the door of wands, the page of wands, that is expression of love coming in, and the waiting, the waiting card of like the three of wands, for this expression of love, the ace of cups expression of love. is ending. It's the ending of that chapter. It's the ending of waiting for the expression of love. Let's cla It's like the blocks have been left behind. They're looking away from the blocks from of communication, speaking their heart. They're like looking away from it, and when they look at you, they're like, "Huh, what blocks?" We always I I always see her in the reflection of my emotions. I see her reflection in my feelings. It's like that all of their emotions. It's like a all the emotions have your colors to it, and the emotions that they feel for us Gemini have all the colors of emotion. So when they think about us, it's like they see all the colors of emotions. Let's clarify the King of Cups and the Empress. Oh my god, if this isn't eternal cosmic, the most magical, brilliant kind of love reading, I don't know. I've never ever had this kind of feeling doing any kind of love reading ever. This is really special. What did I say? This is really special. It's happening really fast. It's happening really fast. It's um, quite fast in the immediate future. Possibly like 2 hours, 8 o'clock, 2 hours, 8 o'clock, 2 days. 2 a.m., 5 a.m., 12 o'clock, midnight. The hangman here. There's definitely, oh, okay, midnight, possibly midnight, or 12 p.m. Just, but there's a lot of dark things. It feels like midnight. Feels like midnight. It's like at midnight, at the stroke of midnight, it's like they're get. Oh, okay. At the stroke of midnight, and this is energy, and this is a timeless read. All right, we just we're just doing this reading in the energies of Valentine's Day spirit, or the spirit of the 14th of February 2023. So it's timeless, all right? Which possibly has already happened before, and the energy is coming back around again, right? So forget the date, forget the timings, but it's definitely going to happen like at midnight again, all right? If it has already happened, it's going to happen again at midnight at some point in your lifetime or in another lifetime, right? So it's going to be like, they're going to have that epiphany moment, right? Epiphany moment, like, this is what I'm going to say. I know Gemini is going to be here, and I want to ask them out, and I know what to say. I know Gemini perspective. I know how. I know how to speak their love language. I always have, because I have been the hierophant to the high priestess. So they know that in that we also have that alternate reality where we've called upon them over and over and again. And it's just this lifetime that we haven't seen them around whenever we called them, but we felt them very, very strongly. We even used like possible professional practitioners to find where they were, and we got the same basic answer from everyone, but never like. And finally, like, they are consciously making it happen. They don't need practitioner. They don't need to energetically evoke the meeting. They can just call or text or show up wherever you are. They know that it's going to be like at the stroke of midnight. I'm going to be in front of Gemini, and they're going to be in front of us, and they're going to ask us out. 717. So I. Oh, okay. Let me get the Norman Fairy Oracle, because they always give some. We'll do Oracle cards now. Um, let's see. Let's see. Oracle cards always have something very interesting to add. I'm just gonna get one card, all right, and we won't check the bottom of the deck. So whatever flips over. Yeah. Oh, all right. So crossroads, like I was saying, like in a previous live that I did recently, it's like we have reached these crossroads many times where uh, we have come here and then we've had something to go back and to check out, like in uh, like the alternate reality realm. Like we always meet here at the crossroads, but we had to focus our consciousness here, even though energy bodies are here in this invisible plane or this alternate reality, whatever. The higher self, the hierophant fawn, that is a high priest, and the higher priestess realm that we're talking about when we speak about the higher realms, right? The invisible plane is where Gemini, we are the high priestess, and our person is the hierophant, right? That is the alternate reality. But there's two different types of alternate reality when it comes to us Gemini: the feminine aspect, the divine feminine aspects, that's the empress aspects, and then there is the divine masculine aspect, that is the emperor aspects, right? So this is that the the eternal point where we have been able to wield the magic, right? The wield the magic and be in this point, this invisible point for eternity, and create that beautiful invisible plane of manifestation. And what do you think that manifestation is going to be? The manifestation is going to be Two of Cups, interaction, communication. This is that invisible plane where we are communicating with our person Gemini in the high priest and the high priestess level of communication, Eight of Wands communication, right? So that is going to be always on our minds. That is our plane of manifestation. It's not to do with material world. If you want aspects, it's nothing to do with material world. And if you want confirmation, it's this reunion, lifetime after lifetime. That is what is being manifested here with the magician card. Why? Because we are looking at the higher self. The Eight of Cups is looking at, always looking at the higher self, in this like material world 3D rat race reality. When we go in the zone of brooding, we're always brooding about that higher dimension of existence that we know we find our souls in. And there is one, there is at the reconciliation energy, the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and the higher self, right? Higher self dimension, the invisible plane, like meeting in the higher self dimension. Wow, this is phenomenal. Wow, I'm feeling so awesome right now. Like, thank you, people, for these lovely energies. Okay, we're done with this. Let's get one Edmund Dulac card, or three. Let's get three. Four of Swords, resting the mind. We have the Queen of Cups and the Four of Swords and the Queen of Cups. The ability to rest. I have not seen this card come out in a very long time, possibly a year ago. This card kept coming out. Maybe this is what was all right. So like about a year ago, when our mind had to just like stop, be overworked, and we had to ignore our emotions or keep our emotions hidden, and now finally we can rest our minds, and then feel our emotions, and that's where we're ready. And look at that, the Ace of Wands. It's like they were expressing emotions to us, Gemini, but possibly we were unable to hear it. And now that our minds are resting, we've discovered that entire treasure mountain of emotions, submerged emotions of the the King of Cups, right? Um, you've got time. Ever wonder what would make life's fleeting pain and sorrow totally and unquestionably worth it? How about living forever, wildly in love and love wildly? You have so much to look forward to, the universe. If this isn't a wild, wild love story, Gemini, that we've got going on with that person, I don't know what is. Let's get some Prairie Oracle before we get Star Code Astro Oracle. What is next in my becoming turn? I thought about dragonflies today. Like, I was thinking locust, but then I pictured a dragonfly. So I think it was locust in the mind of the karmic, like, eating out the brain of karmic, and then dragonfly flying around. And we thinking that, oh my God, what is it? Is it locust? Is it one of the seven plagues? And then no, it was like, no, it is utopia, you idiot. It cannot be post. It is not dystopia, and the apocalypse is done, so it can't be locust. So it's what is next in my becoming? It's utopia. We're turning from apocalypse to post-apocalyptic utopia. Let's get a Star Codes oracle. Gemini cross pollinate. All right, like we've got crossroads here. Now it's time to bring the invisible plane reality into invisible plane. It's time to take this plane and merge it with the physical plane reality. It is this lifetime. It is this lifetime, Gemini, for us. So glad we're here. We made it. I hope you enjoyed my reading, and please like, share, and subscribe if you would like me to channel your specific situations, and if and get you any signs synchronicities that you were looking for. I hope you enjoyed this reading. This reading will be my most favorite reading for record history, and I feel this energy, and I claim it as my reading too. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it so much. And I will see you in the next reading. Bye.